Yo, what's going on, everybody? We're here. We're gonna start up the stream PC build. I'll apologize at the start for the setup. I just don't have like the overhead mounts and everything. I didn't want to go and sit and invest in that stuff right now. But we're gonna get going here. I need to update titles. Pull my keyboard out for a little bit here.
Do I need to open up this side too to access all the cords back there? Or you?
Yeah, we'll want to open up that for now.
You got a Phillips?
There's a whole little kit on that other desk in there I got. Alright, so just updated some stuff there. Alright, so we're gonna get this inbound here and get all these chats opened up so I can see what you guys are doing. Yo, Nightmares, what's going on, man? Just about to get the PC build going on here. Just trying to get all this stuff set up. Move my keyboard out of the way. So, alright, guys, what we are building today, at least for a little while, will be my streaming PC. I might sell it afterwards, whether I decide I really need it or not. So, we got an ASRock AB350M motherboard, a AMD Ryzen 7 1700, not the X model. I don't bother with overclocking or anything, so we're just gonna go with that. And for now, the RAM's only 8 gigs of it's very slow. It's like 2400, but it came with the motherboard. It's gonna be good enough start, good enough to run a stream. And we also have a ADATA 480 gig SSD. I'm not trying to save anything to it. If I end up keeping it, end up using it a little more, I'm going to switch to a mechanical drive. But for now, like I said, we're going to get into the build here. I've got this power mat here, which people really recommended that I use. Or mod mat, sorry, not power mat, mod mat. To use with the anti-static stuff and prevent me from ruining a component here. Alright, so let's move some stuff out of the way that we don't need for now. And we'll go ahead and start opening some stuff up. Alright, so we got the CD drive, ASRock powered. Like I said, the stuff is not top of the line, guys. I won't claim that by any means. But good enough to run a stream, yeah, it shouldn't have any issues with that. Back plate here, that'll go on the case. Oh, some nice little SATA cables. Nice. Extra little, tiny little screws. Alright, before I start, let me go grab the anti-static stuff so I don't, like I said, shock the heck out of this computer.
What?
Is there you want to get in there and help put stuff on? Or
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever you need.
That's if you want to grab that other chair.
I already got the case open.
All right. Damn, that's a lot of wires.
I'll probably just stand. It'll be easier.
Okay. So as most people tell you, and I didn't abide by this for a long time, but I don't want to ruin my stuff. Anti-static straps will save your components from getting shocked. This little mod mat I have just easily clicks on, and then you slide on your hand, and it keeps you from ruining your component. All right, so let me get this out here. All right, so again, guys, the AS Rock. It's a 350 motherboard. And like I said, none of this is top of the line. I'm not building this to stream the games on, just using it to stream to. But I don't know, aesthetically,
I'll take it.
oh, that's not a bad looking. Trying to get this camera just adjusted a little bit more. There we go. Not a bad looking motherboard, really. Yeah, I kind of like that.
It's got HDMI,
Yeah, it's got HDMI,
DVI,
DVI, and DisplayPort.
and it looks like
Or no, not DisplayPort.
It looks like all your USBs are 3.0.
Oh yeah, you got two up there that aren't.
Oh yeah.
So I'll switch this around. Like I said, you know, nothing super special or anything, just a basic board, but
What's the max RAM it supports?
3000, I think. Again, like I said, the
3,000. How many gigs of RAM does the motherboard
oh,
support?
probably 32,
Oh.
I'd guess.
Well, you said 3,000. I'm like, what?
3000 megahertz. I thought you were talking speed. So yeah, that's basically that part of it. And then we have the Ryzen 7 1700. And this came with the Wraith cooler, which is pretty neat. Like I said, I'm not going to go all sorts of crazy here. You know, the thing I hate about this packaging, and this is what the Ryzen chip came in, is they put it right on
Wow.
the outside of the package.
What? Right where the hole in the box is.
Right where the hole in the box is. I'm not a fan of that. They could have done something
I
different.
think that would be right in the middle of the box.
Yeah. So Sean is here with me because he's a computer building nerd too. Oop, oop. I lost something. What did I lose? You don't see any? Is it not? Oh, M2 slots? Oh. There are none. Again, this is just a cheap board.
No M2?
No M2.
What is it? That's the PCI 16, right?
PCIe 1, 2, and 3.
The smallest
Oh,
one.
no, there is an M2. Sorry. Right here.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, so it does support M2, but I've just got... Again, this is under $400 for all this stuff. I've got this ADATA 480 gigabyte SATA drive. Nothing spectacular again, but 6 gigs a second, so it should be fine.
Would you like to do the honors here?
Hold on, Johnson. You're getting ahead of yourself. All right. So, for those of you that haven't built a PC, it gets fairly simple. There's a little notch with an arrow.
Looks like top left.
It's right here. I wish I could kind of zoom in a little more. But your processor also has...
A little arrow.
Yeah, I can't get it to block the light. There's an arrow right here. So that's how you're going to match up. And you'll notice on the back of it, it has the arrow as well. So just very gently place it in there. Make sure it's all good. And then secure it down. Pretty simple.
It comes with a sticker.
Yeah, if you want, you can get the put your sticker on there that shows your Ryzen 7. I don't bother with them. Let's see. Someone else said something and missed it in the chat. Nightmares. That's good, bro. No worries. Doing all right. Thanks. Yeah, man. I'm glad you're doing all right. So processors in there, and I guess I'll do the Wraith cooler first. Now this came already with thermal paste on it. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it like it is. I'm more than happy just to let their stuff do their stuff. You know, I do have other thermal paste I could use, but again, just not a huge deal. I am. You mind handing me a little Phillips there, Sean? That's weird.
I was gonna ask you for a normal Phillips. This is kind of weird setup. Is that better?
Yeah.
Guess it's just like an extender.
I'm guessing maybe the screws going here. I haven't built with an AMD since an FX64 I built a long time ago.
Where's the motherboard info? Is this it?
Yeah. So I'm wondering,
Yeah, you're right. You gotta take those 4 screws out.
Okay. Yeah. So this is a little bit different. Do the plastic things go back on?
Looks like you're gonna remove some plastic stuff on each side.
This stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those will go up too for now.
What is this PC for? This PC is gonna, for now it's gonna be, I'm gonna try and make it into a streaming PC. It probably won't happen for that tonight. I just wanted to get the build going, and because I have to shut down this one and take out the capture card for. And then do I just go directly? It looks a little small for what I got.
And then yeah, it shows those just go in those holes, and then they're gonna be.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. They just. Okay. Yeah.
And it's gonna be hitting those little pins in the back.
All right. So, just very gently align your stuff. Okay, these are going to be a pain in the ass. You sure that's right, Sean?
That's what it's showing. And what's the label of the info on the cooler?
It's an AMD Wraith. It's a stock cooler. Nothing fancy or special.
Does it say anything about like an SR number?
I think it did. No, it did not.
Is that back little plate behind the motherboard? Is there a piece that we're missing on
shit. Well, that's gonna make it interesting since I've stuck it on there now. Alright, let's just before I break something. Yeah, that's supposed to be on there, right? That's what it shows. Maybe I'm just having a hard time actually getting the screws started. Hold on, I got something. Oh, no, that fell off.
No, there should be nothing holding it in, but you just want to slide it back in, and that's where
it's supposed to screw into?
That's where the screws will screw into.
We'll try this again. Just didn't seem like it was wanting to go in there very well.
You might have to. This is showing where is the plug for the power for the fan.
Back here, so I'm assuming you'd want it like this, yeah.
Shows it.
Routing over like here.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I had it.
There's other coolers, but they also show to remove the plastic, those plastic pieces.
I think I've just got to press harder. That's all it is. Always been too gentle with some of this stuff. Jeez. Okay. So that's lined up over that hole.
Your fan doesn't have anything like this where, you know, it does the little the snapping. Because if not, then you definitely want to remove those plastic. Those plastic pieces are for only fans that you have to hook it in and tighten it up that way.
All right. Just get always nervous when you have to really force something down like that.
Are they tightening?
Yep. Except this one. I don't think I hit that one. I don't think I'm hitting this one. I'm not. Sometimes this gets to be the difficult part. Just getting all this stuff started in the... Am I missing that, Sean? I can't tell.
Looks like you're hitting it to me.
Okay, there it goes. And you just want to go through, tighten them down. It's always good to go back over and retighten too, because you might have loosened something while tightening the other. Like that one's just a little bit loose. Alright, and there's the CPU cooler mounted, and easy enough, the fan plug is here. And now we've got the processor already on the motherboard. Alright, so next up we'll go ahead and put in this RAM. Again, cheap computer, cheap parts. This RAM will be good enough for what I'm going to use it for now. I've been looking at deals for 16 gigabytes of a faster RAM to throw in here, but just haven't bounced on anything just yet. It is fortunately it's a good brand. You know, G.Skills is a good brand of memory. Let's make sure they have these labeled.
Because usually, yeah, if you're just doing one, it's
A1.
best to have it in the first slot.
Yeah. So A1 is here. Well, that's being harder than it should be.
Maybe it's only one-sided now.
Yeah, they could have changed that. And it barely fits in there too. No, this one's got to pull back. I think. Or no, it doesn't. It's solid.
No, I was going to say, yeah.
Well, that's just weird. I don't like it. Yeah, man. Oh, I'm off. Jeez. Alright, that's clicked in. I guess that's as good as it goes.
No. That handle needs to go in.
It went. Oh, did that doesn't seem right, Sean? No, I guess it's about the same distance, isn't it, across?
Yeah, it seems right to me. I mean, if you didn't have it in right, that wouldn't have snapped in. None of that
right.
snapped.
All right. So that's basically what's going to run this whole computer: processor, RAM. Again, I'm not using M2. I'm going to use a regular SATA solid state drive, and that'll be good enough for now on this. So I guess we ready to start throwing it in the case?
Yep.
All right. So this will be interesting. Clear off some of the stuff.
Now, how would you like for me to run these cables? You would pull them out, or just run them through like this, or what?
Just go ahead and run them through that hole, and then we'll worry about how they look a little bit later.
I don't know if you're gonna get enough space if we do it that way. Or enough length.
Well, I mean, we can figure it out. It's we got time. Not a speed build.
Oh, right. That's not gonna work anyways.
Oh, it's not?
I'm gonna have to feed it through.
All right. And the other thing, the only complaint I've heard about this case, and you guys are about to see the case, it's from Deep Cool, tempered glass on the front, tempered glass on the side. I got this case for $32, which is normally, I believe, a $50 to $60 case. So I got a nice deal on it. But I heard that there's no good spot to mount the SSD, and that's something I'll have to figure out a little bit later if I want to just get some. Most people recommend getting some two-sided tape or something and sticking it on there. So we'll see. Sean's just routing some of the case wires and everything, so the power button and everything will function. I've got the power supply over to my left, but we'll work on just putting the case on there first. God, I forgot how big that thing is. Size disc. Okay, well, you guys are gonna have a little harder time seeing this. Oh, here, let me. All right. So this here, take out a package. All this is the little back plate here that will go right here. See my finger barely. And all that does is make it nice and neat in the back. And you just simply put it down there and it will pop into place when you get it right. Come on. Well, I'll say that. It should easily pop into place. There we go. Just go around it, make sure it's where it needs to be. And it looks like, does this have the mounting? Or do we need to?
Looks like it's got all the ones.
I see. Let's see. Let me orient this the right way. We have 1, 2. Is that all this thing really mounts with is 4? Oh no. Do we have more of those little things in there?
Mm-hmm. Oh, the little.
Yeah, because we can or actually, Sean, we might be able to. Are these stuck in here? Those might be stuck in there. Do we have any little risers?
I don't think I see it in the bag. Oh, yes, we do. How many do you need?
Well, I'm just going to figure this out as I go with it. So we've got that one there, that one there. We'll do this one here as well. Funny story, when we were building computers back in high school, Sean had built one, and for the life of him couldn't get it to power on. And it turns out they had one of these little risers in the wrong spot contacting the motherboard. Oh, you guys might not even be able to hear me talking on that. But, yeah, that was a lot of fun to take it to the place where we bought all of our parts from and have them laughing. that the right distance? Yeah. Or am I wrong?
No, we sit it on there just to.
Yeah. Okay. So just eyeing it up, yeah. Give me you got another riser. So here. That one's okay. That's why that one's a little further. It just looked off to me. And then 1, 2, 3. Two more, Sean, is all I should need. So I'm not going to use the other 2 down at the bottom there, obviously.
There's one.
So lengthwise should be this one.
Here's the other one.
All right.
And what kind of screws do you think? Do we normally use that kind with that, or we use the rounded?
I think we use the kind that looks like it. Well, I don't
think
know.
it's that
It's
or
hard to
that
say.
one? I don't think it should matter.
Well, if you have another riser in there, just see what screws in.
I think they both do.
Oh. Oh, that's an issue. Don't you want to screw in there? There you go. So it's very important to go through and make sure your risers are in the correct spot. As I was saying from the story earlier, if you have it in the wrong spot, it will cause a short in your board and just cause you a lot of hassle you don't want to have to deal with.
We're going to use these for the motherboard. I think those work better with
the rounded. All right, guys, so here we go. Without messing this up, but I maybe should not be sitting down for this, but we'll make it work. It's not going to hurt to slide that off a little. Okay, so that lines up, that lines up. Riser, 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 riser. All right. This thing magnetic?
I believe so.
All right. Watch the short. I got it. So basically, you just want to line up here. And you only want to do about finger tight, guys. You don't want to sit here and just wrench down on this thing because you're going to risk damaging the motherboard and causing yourself a whole lot of hassle. I actually like this little screwdriver. That's a nice and powerful magnet. All right. Like I said, no more than finger tight is basically the principle to go by on these. And I've got one more.
Which is where?
Right over here.
And this one doesn't get one, right?
No, that one. You'll see a little like ring around the.
That's what I thought.
The spot where your screws are supposed to go into the risers. So those are just. I'm not 100% actually what those are for. So that is motherboard screwed down. Fan and processor are installed. RAM is installed. So simple thing right now is going to be to go ahead and just
put the SATA probably in next.
Well, no, to go ahead and wire it.
Oh, okay.
So this is USB 3.0 header, which I believe is this one.
We're going to do the wiring for last.
Oh, Sean, I need one more. I forgot one over here. The third one in the back.
Here you go.
Just noticed that as I was screwing this thing down. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna recheck all my holes again, make sure everything has a place. Alright, yeah. So yeah, alright, USB 3.0. There is a little notch here that tells you which way to plug it in, because one pin is actually missing here. So you just want to make sure before you go and slam it down on something, you're not going to be breaking it. Alright, what else do we have here? It's another USB header.
Is that for the front connection?
Yeah.
Does it say LED fan or is it header?
Well, there's no fan in here.
What's the label say?
This one says just USB. So USBs 3 and 4 is what I want. Why does that? No, that matches up. Alright, so USB 3 and 4. I'm really putting that in the wrong way? No?
No, that's not it.
Huh? What do you mean that's not it?
The motherboard's got USB 2.0 header. It's where all that stuff's probably going to be where the power.
Well, it says USB right behind John. USB 3 and 4, USB 5 and 6.
I think those are different connections.
No, they're the same connections. 4 pins on the top, 5 pins on the bottom. Why does it just seem like this is having a hard time fitting in here for some reason? Alright, let's try the other ones here. It seems like this is just a smidge too wide.
I was gonna say I think those are not for the case ones. I think that's for.
Well, why would it have the same connector though, Sean? That's what I don't get. It should be the same thing.
Is it a 3.0 USB?
I don't know.
Because if it is, then you're right. If it's not, then it's probably a different spot on the motherboard.
I see HD audio, USB 5 and 6, USB 3 and 4, COM 1, which it's not going to be COM 1, speaker, and that up there is all the power stuff. And that's a single USB header up here. It's got to be here. I mean, that is the exact connection.
All right, we'll try it again.
It just feels like it's too wide. Like I can't just. It feels like I'm teetering on something. But it's. And the blocked out piece is up the top. Maybe it's just the angle I'm sitting at. But it just feels like it's a smidge wide, right?
Yeah, something doesn't feel like it's.
Feels like it's hitting on something that's not there.
Let me verify this.
Sorry, bump the mic, guys. I understand using a little bit of force to get this thing in there, but this is a little ridiculous. Sorry, guys, I'm hand blocking you all there. So it should be like right in this hole, guys. And I think I might know what the issue is. Potentially this wasn't made for this case. I mean, does that stuff maybe pop off of here?
Okay, there's a separate one that says it can support 2 that looks like that as well. Do you see that anywhere where maybe you're sharing?
I see a COM1 HD audio.
Let me see what number it is.
Chassis fan. Hold on, what's this one? This is the audio, yeah. HD audio. So
number 8.
One sec. Just while I can get stuff on. All right, that's the audio.
There you go. I think that's what you're looking for.
Oh no, that's speaker PLED1.
Oh, where am I? Where's the SATA ports on this thing? I'm trying to see.
SATA?
The 4 SATA ports.
Oh, it must be here. That's a different angle. A little hard for me to see.
This is...
You're as perplexed as I am, Johnson. And for the love of God, why, they put the nice USB ones all together. Why must I deal with this every time?
Oh, that's USB, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you put that in the right spot.
Well, yeah, that one's in the right spot. All right, what's this one? Why is this?
Yeah, 17 and 18 is the only other USB, so we must just not be lining it up right.
What is this? No.
Yeah, these are it. I mean, there's no other USB, so they got to fit in there somehow. Have you tried the different one? Maybe we got. There should be a total of 2, right?
Yeah. So in order to make this fit, I need to rotate it like.
Yeah, try that on the.
No, it doesn't work that way. Because this is missing pin here, and no matter which way I rotate that, the pin would be missing there.
Well, then just try that one anyway.
Try what one?
Just try to get it the one that it fits in.
The one you mean the one doesn't fit in?
No, not the one. Just the. Is that the one we've been trying before?
Yeah.
I meant try the other cable in the other spot.
There we go.
Did you get it?
Jesus. What a pain. Alright, so USB 3.0, USB 2.0, HD audio, and the bane of our existence in computer cases.
Was that the only USB 2.0?
As far as I know, there should only be 3 ports up front.
Okay.
This is what sucks. And it's not so bad anymore. They do actually a pretty decent job about labeling these. But these are your reset switch, your power switch, your hard drive LED, and your power LED. So yeah, this just always just took forever. So let's see. HDD, LED.
I know the first one, bottom left, it says something about USB though.
So that's HDD, LED, power light, LED. Why is there a third one there? Because I want to do the ones furthest away from me first, which would be the power switch. And what's it saying? Power button.
You're doing power.
Well, that's what reset is what it tells me to do first.
Here's the section on.
Okay, so we don't use the furthest one then. So let's reset here. All right, and what's across from it? Power. Or does
Ground. Ground is
Well,
across from reset.
It doesn't specify ground.
Well, then just do the ones that are labeled.
Okay, there's those.
What else do you got?
You got the power LED and wherever that one went. The HDD LED.
That is spot 1 and 3, so they'll be across from each other. The
Okay.
HDD LEDs on the bottom, the power
So the
LEDs
plus
on top.
is to the far end, so I've got these cables upside down. Power switch. That's lined up and it's saying positive on the right or closest to me. All right, now HDD LED is the positive closer to me or further away.
HDD positive is that bottom left pin.
So the one closest.
Yeah. And then the negative's right beside it to the right.
Yeah. Just want to make sure I had it in the right spot. All right, so that should be
What else we got? I know we got a lot more.
a lot more.
What about, because we've not done,
This thing doesn't have any case fans
what
or
about
anything.
speaker header or power LED in general?
Oh, I got the power LED in there.
What is this?
I don't know. I think that's supposed to be for the RGB like case fan support, but this thing doesn't have them.
Oh, that's all of them?
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay then.
So
Oh yeah, probably for fans and stuff.
I should have looked at routing these before I plugged them in.
What about
Well, the USB one's easy enough to undo real quick and then route through.
what are you thinking?
I was just trying to make it look prettier, but
You got any twist ties you want to use?
maybe later. I don't want to tie anything up until
Right. I guess we'll do the power supply next.
yeah. So we'll go ahead and do the power supply, which mounts at the bottom here, which is on my side here. Again, guys, like I said, these aren't top of the line components. This is just a bronze rated modular ATX power supply. So
Take the trash.
the strum cords there. I'm kind of picky about branding. I heard Seasonic is good, but I am not familiar with them. Which way are you open? There we go. Alright. And again, like I said, this is just a 550 bronze. Nothing spectacular or special about it. Hey,
Twist ties.
that might be a first.
Give me the box.
So, yeah, I mean, it's not a bad looking power supply. Yeah, you could, you do better. The 550 bronze, this is not meant to power a high end system. Like, it's not meant to power my 1080 Ti and my 8700K in there. In fact, it only has one 8-pin connector, it looks like. So I don't even think this thing could power mine, actually. Or mine might be 2 6-pins. I might be thinking of my older card that was 2 8-pins.
Oh, this is the SATA.
Yeah. So just untwist tying this thing right now. Sorry you can't really see it. Again, I apologize for the setup issues and just a general lack of space right now. I do like the dust filters. They came with magnetic dust filters, so it just pops right on, sticks right on. That's really, really neat, actually. Oh, that powers. What is that one supposed to power? Let's get this in here.
For these, we'll use those thicker screws. I'm assuming we'll need 4.
Yeah, it looks like it's just 4. Did it not come with the... No.
You got 10s over here anyway.
Good. And I wish I had a spare monitor or thought to unhook that one before we started. That one's a little tighter. So like I said, I'm not even, at least at this point, I'm not purchasing a video card for this. And it would help if I try to screw in the correct places. Come on, back up. Trying to screw in an empty case hole instead of the fan. Yeah, that works much better. What GPU put in this one? Like, I'm not really planning on putting one in there. If I do, it's going to be a 570, 580 RX card or maybe a 1050 Ti. I'm not looking for this thing to really push anything, you know. It's just going to handle the stream, which with everything I've got in here should be okay, other than I might upgrade the RAM later.
New GTX 2060 is not too expensive.
$300 something, and it's expensive enough.
As far as cards go, that's not bad.
Well, no, but I can get like an older series 580 brand new for 180, and it's an 8 gigabyte card. Other than hooking up the power here, which maybe you can do a higher end. This one's saying CPU, which, oh no, I guess it wouldn't really matter then. Squares at, oh wait, there's no, it's gotta go this way. Sometimes I hate like having to press so hard on these things. Should be right. Wait, old John. Am I missing this? Little clips on that side, so it should be there. I'm just blind. Alright, everything seems to be properly seated. USB's connected, front audio connected, 3.0 connected. Hoping I got the little switches oriented the right way and plugged into the correct space.
Need the SATA next.
Yeah, SATA, and then I will need a power cable for the SATA. And figure out. I've really, like I said, the only thing I'm disliking now is I don't actually have a little port here, which you guys can't see that actually. There's 3 like regular hard disk ports over here, but nothing for a 2.5-inch SATA. So it will probably live in there until I figure out how to mount it correctly.
They've got SATA screws for smaller. I mean,
does that come out? Go ahead and remove that, Sean, if you don't mind. The little screwdriver's right there. And we'll give it a shot. It's interesting to see the SATA like that too, don't you think, Sean? That it's facing instead of like straight up.
I noticed that was different.
Let's see if there's actually mounting that we can mount the SATA to. Like I said, I've heard people complaining that there isn't, but maybe there is.
Maybe.
I'll hand you. Where is the SATA?
Should be on your side.
Right over here. I'll hand that to you. You can investigate while I try not to mess this up. So we want SATA 1. I'm gonna have to tilt this up, guys, and try and SATA 1, 2. So I'm guessing 1 will be up top. All right. So there's the SATA powered. Do you see, are there actually mounting holes?
You it came like this, right?
Yeah, because you unscrewed.
Okay, so that would need to go.
Well, actually, it came out like this. So, inside the tray somewhere.
It came in like that?
Yeah, because you unscrewed from that side, remember?
Well, that's not going to work then.
Well, let me see.
There'll be no way to... How would you actually get to the...
So, yeah, this is... Well, hold on. Hand me some little screws.
Do any of the holes line up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, there we go.
So, okay. So, someone lied to me.
I think that's the smallest we got. That should work.
Is it actually screwing in?
Mm-hmm.
Well, so actually this will mount there. It's just not specific to the SATA, so it's a little bigger. And Sean here is nicely attaching this thing. Oops. So we have magnetic screwdrivers. Alright, so that's not... Uh-oh. I didn't think of that. Okay, it'll run. It's got to be that this way. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, that'll work, right?
Yeah.
It might not be the best...
It's not going to be the best looking thing by any stretch of the imagination.
Let me go and screw back in.
Yeah, go ahead and tighten in there. Oh, it's going to live there. All right. So, let's scoot you back over a little bit this way, guys, so you can see what we're doing. The SATA has been screwed into the little hard drive tray here. Again, a lot of people were complaining. I think they were complaining that there's no actual SATA spot. This works for a SATA, but it kind of looks, underused in there, I guess. I don't mind it. It's no huge deal. What I do... Question, I guess we can go through here, maybe?
I was going to say, if you can run it through so the cables aren't touching the glass.
Well, it's still going to touch the glass, though, like that.
Not that bad, though.
Yeah.
Not as bad as it had you not done that.
Okay, and then power to the SATA drive, which will be one of these things. I really cable, you couldn't include a nice like Ziploc or something. So I recommend if you're going to be building your own PC, guys, you want at least a semi-modular power supply. That way, you know, you don't have to put all of this mess in here with it, because realistically, as for now, without running a GPU, I need one set of cables here, which is to power the SATA there. And I'm gonna worry about cable management at a later date when I figure out what I'm gonna do, if I'm gonna do any more upgrades, which I said RAM is the most likely, just to make it a little better. But the nice thing, like I said, these semi-modulars, you have this end here, which will plug into the power supply, and I can route that pretty much right through that back side, I think. Alright, one sec, guys, you're going to lose view while I... Peripheral and SATA. I just needed to see where this thing went. And then I'm going to route it, because I've only got one SATA drive in here now. That might be the only other thing I do, is it probably won't be a SATA, but I might throw a bigger mechanical hard drive in here if I'm going to store the videos, which I haven't been doing. So I might do it that way. And then, like I said, cable management will be at a later date. Oh, of course, I need to go through the other side.
Any extra fans or anything?
No, not yet. Maybe. All right. So that's gonna nicely just plug in there. That actually looks nicer than the power cable I have routed.
It looks good like that.
So that'll all kind of tuck up in there for now. Power cable. All right, guys. So this is a computer. I don't have like a spare monitor and everything set up in order to plug this up and do this while on stream. I would have to disconnect what I'm streaming with now in order to do that, but building a computer is not very difficult. You just want to be careful with your components. Like I said, this little anti-static strap, and even actually I should find a better way to ground that, just to make it a little bit safer. But you just want to be careful about putting your stuff on. Some of this stuff, like you saw, you have to force it in there, but you gotta just be careful not to sit there and like break your motherboard or something trying to do it. Yo, Ramon, how's it going, buddy? Just sitting here building this computer, man. So I guess the only test I have right now, well, I need to find... Actually, guys, I might be able to do this all in one. Give me just a couple minutes here to figure out some stuff. I'll put on the Be Right Back screen, throw on some music, and we'll see if I can maybe run an HDMI cable to my center monitor, which I'm not using right now, in order to just plug this thing up and see how it's going. So I will put it on Be Right Back, and so yeah, I'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back. I think I have this set up to where we'll just be able to see if it powers on. Let's give it a shot and see if I got the power buttons wired right. Thank you.
Alright.
I do like that. So it powers on. Get you all in here. Let's see. Let me reset this. Oh, keyboard and mouse. Do you want to hand me the mouse that was over there and that regular black keyboard? I don't know what's over there. You got it. I don't know, it was on top of everything else. Oh, I got it. So, it powered up, so that's a step in the right direction for the beginning. Let's just see. I didn't have it plugged in all the way, so the HDMI, sorry, plugged in all the way. So that might cause the issue at the beginning. Now we're going to hook up a keyboard and mouse. This one I'm not sure. I mean, I'll probably run that standard keyboard on just the streaming computer. But I did get a heck of a deal on a Logitech G502, which is one of the mice that most any gamer really seems to recommend. Sorry for the loud noises, guys. Just unboxing this stuff. Ooh. I like that. It's clicky. Alright, so...
Do you have any DVI connection? Adapters?
That's weird.
Oh, it knew the cable was unplugged.
Okay, well, that's a good sign too. I'm not sure. So we're going to plug in a mouse and keyboard. Make sure that is firmly plugged in and see if we get a connection this time. So the LEDs seem to work. That thing lights up. I do like the Wraith Spire Cooler. The mouse is working. At least the LEDs on light. I like that too. So let's see. Sean, where's the manual to this motherboard? There might be something special where
I'm worried that the HDMI might need drivers for it. That's why we might be better off with DVI.
or SOL then. One sec, guys. We're gonna look through the manual, see if there's something I missed on.
You got it on the right input?
Yeah, HDMI. Well, you saw it. It goes blue as soon as I unplug it. Oh, that's all different language.
Do we know if the SATA's running?
Well, that wouldn't matter.
The SDD?
That wouldn't matter, but it should be running. We should get display even if that wasn't working. We should get the BIOS. So I'm just looking through here, seeing if I can figure out why this isn't displaying necessarily. plugged in,
Alright.
plugged in firmly back there, right?
Looks to be.
Yeah, I've got it all installed. I mean, it's obviously turning on. It obviously knows it's plugged in. Sean, this is saying, hold on. This is saying the ram's not right. When I look at it, it shows a picture that this thing should move out.
Is that the right slot?
Yeah, it's slot 1.
It's saying it should do what now?
It's saying this should pop off. But I don't see that. This doesn't. That's solid. There's no way. It looks like, according to that, it should pop off.
What page is it
I don't know. I don't remember. Yo, thanks for the welcome back as well, Nightmare. Sorry if I missed you there. Just trying to figure out why this isn't displaying. I mean, typically something like that would be indicative of the RAM not being properly installed. Like I said, I've never seen...
You didn't have it in backwards, so there's only one way to go.
There's only one way to put RAM in. I just feel like it's not going in there like it should. And I don't know, it just feels like it's not in there right, but I guess that's as good as it gets. Cause there's no clip on up here. Why would they?
That's an interesting.
I've never seen it like that in all my years of. Huh, that's interesting too.
What?
It's not straight. It's curved. Not saying that's anything. It might just be the way they design it. But why won't this? It's gonna break if I pull that. But you know, like this side seems to lock into both of these here. But
Maybe feed it in this side first, and then work your way down that.
well, it should be the opposite way if they were gonna do it this way. Well, it seems like maybe I'm just missing it.
Well, it seemed like it went in pretty good that time.
Yeah.
You want to try it again?
Yeah, we'll try it again. I'm just gonna recheck all that. I'm not super confident with how this
I mean,
cable's
every
in there.
time it's definitely catching it. And we got nothing touching, right?
Yep. Alright, so power on again. We've reseated the RAM to see if that's why we're not getting this display. There may be something, like I said, I'm not familiar with these motherboards. Maybe it's not recognizing the HDMI either. I mean, that's always a possibility. That's just a little frustrating though, because I didn't get a video card because I didn't think I needed it. Actually, well, I shouldn't need it. It supports onboard video. It's got DVI, VGA, and HDMI back here. So, hold on. Let me ask the Google machine here, guys. Figure out what's going on. Huh?
Gotta do RAM.
What's the model number of this ASRock motherboard?
83509.
Okay. AB. Alright. Just making sure I don't smell anything burning or catching fire on me. So, I mean, so obviously we got power to the fan, power to the CPU. Okay, so yeah. Nothing, I'm not seeing. Let me check here. Alright, so I mean, we're fire bad. Yeah, fire's real bad. Steamy fire's bad. Yeah, I keep forgetting that, especially when you're doing the new electronics, you get that new electronic smell, and because this thing's heating up, you know, I'm just getting a little more of it. I mean, I'm not pushing it obviously, but it's not hot yet. So maybe I'm wrong here, and maybe I messed up in the fact. Some people are saying Ryzen's don't have integrated GPU, but that doesn't make any sense. What?
It's not RAM. I mean, it could be, but that shouldn't prevent to boot up. I'm thinking you need to unplug your CPU power cable.
Okay.
Check the screws again.
Check what screws.
Make sure.
I mean, they're all good now.
Make sure nothing's touching it. It seems like a grounding issue or that cable there.
No, I was very, very thorough and checking. I mean, CPU's obviously got power. It's coming on.
Right. But you saw what happened in mine. It can get power, but to boot up properly, it's got to be grounded properly.
Well, that's why I didn't measure all this out. It's all.
I'm not talking about missing screws. Missing screws won't be an issue. It's anything touching it shouldn't be. I would unplug those cables and plug them back in just to make sure you got it in there.
Which cables?
Definitely that one.
Well, I mean, it's only one way you can go.
I know.
It's on. I mean, I can Sit here, it's reseated.
Make sure it's in. Yeah.
Alright, that's firmly on. Power's good. The way I'm sitting this is probably not the best either.
So you might want to stand it out and load it at the back at the same time. If you got room to do it.
Alright, hold on guys. Reorienting this thing. Sorry about the mic. Okay, so these are all correct. Nothing's... Wait a minute. No, that's got a screw.
Let's see. What about switches on your power supply? Your switch for so many watts?
No, there shouldn't be. I think it's only standard. I don't think there's a switch on this one. So I'm not seeing anything like out of the ordinary, guys. Like it all. This should work. This should work fine. Man, like I said, this HDMI kind of bugs me out a little. Well, it's loose. It doesn't snap in. Power supply's got good fan. Mouse comes on. Keyboard
Lights are
appears to, yeah.
definitely got the right input on this thing.
Yeah, HDMI. I mean, it turns blue when I unplug it, so it knows it's unplugged. So and maybe I need to look a little into this. I was reading, they're saying the Ryzens don't support onboard graphics. And maybe that's the case. And I guess that's a quick Google search away right now. Ha, that's what it is. The Ryzen 1700 does not support integrated graphics. So that seems to be the problem then, guys. Simple as that. This thing just doesn't support integrated graphics, which turns it from a not a $400 build. That means I'm gonna have to look for a video card. Feels bad.
Make a trip to Best Buy.
Not anymore, we can't.
3-4 minutes.
Do you know what kind of video cards Best Buy has? Way overpriced. And not that I don't even know if I could afford one right now. They've got a 1030. Let's see what they. Pick up today in Clarksville. Filter and sort. Let me see what they have first, if it's even worth us making a trip. Because if it's just a little 2 GB video card, will be the. No, but if I want to do it, you know, at least. Oh, they got a 550 for 100. Check availability. Only 2 left in this. Is Best Buy closed already?
They close at 9. We got 33.
I mean, we can go take a look. It's saying there might be some there. All right, guys. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run to Best Buy real quick. We're gonna see if they have a cheap video card that's gonna work just good enough. And all right, yeah. I will fill you guys in later. Thank you guys for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed this stream PC build. I can get my mouse back over here and moving. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll probably be back later streaming something. Not sure. It might be Apex or the finishing of this build. But we got to go because we got 30 minutes. And I'll be back. Bye.